Hey, I'm Dr. Don Russell from the Russell Healing Institute, and I have an important message for you here. If you're a woman that is struggling in her marriage, but wants to stay in the marriage for usually what we hear about is faith reasons, well, I've got an important message for you. If you're at that stage in your marriage, right, the first few years, there's lots of romance, there's lots of attention, there's lots of affection, there's lots of attraction going back and forth. And then the child raising years, right? Our attention is focused on raising kids and kind of launching them. And then we get to the empty nest season of life, right? Kids are launched or kids are just doing their own thing. And you look at your marriage and you look at your husband and then you realize, wow, he is disappointing, right? He's dismissing me. He's not giving me attention. He's not validating me. He doesn't really care what I think or do, except he's a little controlling, right? The classic signs of what we hear from women on a weekly basis of narcissism. The woman feels trapped in a dead-end romance or a dead-end marriage that just doesn't have any of the excitement, the interest, the affection, the attraction anymore. Well, I've got news for you. Something really important for you to hear. It's his problem, but you've got the solution, right? I'm going to say that again. The problem is his, but the solution is yours. Okay, where am I going here? What I want to let you in on is that you have much more power, tremendously more power than you know, in terms of changing the dynamic in the relationship from something that is frustrating, defeating, discouraging, and depressing, frankly, to something that is more connecting, more intimate at an emotional level, maybe at a sexual level, but definitely at an emotional level, and just more satisfying for you, right? Because as a woman, perhaps as a woman of God, that's what you're looking for, right? Is emotional connection that maybe was there in the earliest years of the marriage, but now it seems like it's snuffed out, seems like it's withered away. Well, here's what's attractive. And if you'll indulge me for a little bit, I'm speaking as a man, because I'm a man, but I'm also going to put this into a broader context, so it's not just Don's opinion going on here, okay? I was talking with my wife and partner in Russell Healing Institute, DAMARIS, and we were just reflecting on one of the recent phone calls that we had with a woman that was struggling in her relationship with the husband that she described as narcissist. And we're just reflecting on this woman's heart and how brokenhearted she feels in the marriage. And we just looked at each other and I said to Damaris, you know, to a man, there's nothing more attractive than confidence in a woman. Now I'm going to expand on that, and then I'm going to describe exactly how to accomplish that, because it's absolutely possible regardless of the kind of marriage that you're in. There's nothing more attractive for a man than confidence in a woman. So that means she loves herself, she accepts herself, she knows she's not perfect, but she is accepting herself the way she is today and trusting that by God's grace, she's going to be incrementally better tomorrow, right? That is attractive. Here's why that's attractive to a man, because there's nothing more defeating and discouraging for the man to feel like he has to prop her up, that he has to kind of hold her together because she doesn't have that sort of inner strength and inner confidence in herself to kind of manage herself and be okay within herself. Also, there's nothing less attractive for a man if that woman is sort of swinging the pendulum the other way and in a overly assertive, overly putting on the confidence facade, she acts as if she doesn't need a man. Well, like, if you don't need a man, then I guess I'm not wanted here, right? That does not promote attraction or affection or attention in a relationship. If she is genuinely confident, if she's genuinely calm in her heart and soul, in her nervous system, then that signals to the man that she is open for connection, and she can meet him where she's bringing herself to the table, and she's inviting him to bring himself to the table, like there's two adults, like there's two whole and healthy people that are meeting in relationship. So I told you, you might take this as, well, this is just Dawn's opinion, and well, what does Dawn know? Well, I'm going to sort of support what I'm saying from 1 Peter in the Bible. If you are a Bible follower, if you're following Jesus, then this will interest you. If it doesn't, then just take it as, oh, this is what one ancient wise person thought. Okay, just take it at that value. No problem, I don't care. 1 Peter is speaking to wives very specifically in this context in the Bible, and he says, let your adorning be the hidden person of your heart, be the calmness of your heart, with the imperishable beauty of a gentle and quiet spirit, which is in God's sight is very precious. So what Peter is doing, so Peter, one of the apostles of Jesus back in the day, Peter is answering a question from wives who were saying, like, my husband doesn't share my values right now. He's not interested in what I think and what I do anymore, because context is she started to go to church and he's not. And so wives are asking Peter's like, what do I do? Should I divorce the bum? Is that what I should do? And Peter's direction is very specific. Don't go dressing yourself up with dangling earrings. I mean, earrings are fine. That's fine. I'm not saying don't wear. And don't try to fabricate external physical beauty, because that's superficial, right? Don't waste your energy there. If you want to do that for yourself, if you want to do it for yourself to be attractive and beautiful because that makes you feel attractive and beautiful, go for it. But Peter is saying what's more important, what's more attractive, is to adorn yourself with a quiet and gentle spirit. Okay, wait a minute. I know what you're thinking right now. What you're thinking right now is, wait a minute, this is Bible patriarchy telling women to be a doormat. That's what you're thinking. See, I know what you're thinking. That's not what Peter is saying. That's not what Peter is saying. And that, I'm going to have another video coming up that is going to speak directly to that. That's not what Peter is saying, and that is not what I'm saying. Absolutely. Remember I said that a confident woman is attractive partly because she is bringing herself to the table and meeting him as he brings himself to the table. So she's showing up. She's showing up as a whole and authentic human being. She has something to offer, right? So she's not just acquiescing to whatever he wants. She's not doing that appease and please, which, as I'm going to explain in another video, is actually a trauma survival response. So she's not being a doormat. That is unacceptable. She's bringing herself, but she's bringing herself with a calm and quiet heart. Peter says heart. I'm going to say nervous system. A calm and quiet nervous system, genuinely. So she's not triggered. She's not angry. She's not resentful. She's not hostile. She has a quiet and gentle spirit, and that invites the husband of 15, 20, 30 years to connect, because it's his problem. But he's going to get over his sense of threat, because inevitably, if a marriage has gone this way, he is suffering from trauma. Usually, what we find when we talk to women, usually it's trauma that he brought into the marriage, and he is flaking out. That's his problem. What I'm describing in this video is you have the solution at your disposal, because you are far more powerful than you know. So how do you do a quiet and gentle spirit? Well, I'm going to expand on that in another video, but here's just a teaser for now, that quiet and gentle spirit that Peter talks about That calm nervous system that I'm talking about, that comes from a complete work of trauma clearing from your nervous system. And that's what we do at Russell Healing Institute in our Detox Your Marriage program. We have worked with countless women who have done just that. They came to us because they were suffering in their relationship. They wanted wholeness and healing for themselves. And what they experienced was, as a consequence, they got a renewed marriage. They got a husband that suddenly became attentive to her, suddenly sat down and had a conversation with her, suddenly was interested in collaborating with her, being on the same team with her. If that interests you, and I got a feeling it might, then click the link below, reach out, find out more, and let's see if we can get your marriage renewed, revitalized, redeemed.